Hey everybody, Matsi San here. We've got a little video for you guys to watch. It's the last 20 minutes of a session that I did with an amazing woman, Wendy. I wanted to pull out the last 20 minutes of this video because there's some really neat stuff that I can show you from the last 20 minutes that's integral to the perfect affirmation system. One, it's learning how to find those subtle body cues that most therapists, most counselors, most coaches will miss out on. And it's very important to make sure that your client is actually resonating with their particular goal. And in my case, it's that they're resonating with the affirmation that they created from within deep inside of them. So there's a lot of cleansing effects that happen inside the perfect affirmation system, so I want to point it out. So we had the body cues, and also there's just you'll see. You know what? Better for you to just watch it, and I'll talk as we go along. So enjoy.
Emotion to describe the body. Where's the body feeling it, right?
Solar plexus.
Good. Now, from there, I feel disappointed because.
I feel disappointed because I wasn't able to help her.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm not going to get too much into it because, again, all the details are in the program, the Perfect Affirmation System. So if you want to know all the details, then go there. But basically what I've done so far is I've had her focusing inside of the body. The feeling was in her solar plex area. And if you allow it, that particular part of your body will speak, right? You don't have to ask it to speak. You just say, now that we got the physical sensation, I can't remember what the physical sensation was, tightness in the solar plexus area or something similar to that. You just say, the thought of this tightness in my solar plexus area makes me feel. And I'm sorry, guys, but she just said the feeling. I can't remember what the feeling is. Right? So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm having her go inside of the body. That's so key. A lot of therapies out there talk about mind-body connection. They talk about listening to the body, but they miss out on so many of the subtleties. They don't realize that the body is always, well, they say that the body is always speaking, but they miss out on some of these little cues, these cues that are so important that they gloss over. Okay? So we're just starting a session, or we're starting the first 20 minutes of what you're about to see, and I just wanted to kind of keep you updated on what's going on.
Well, say that.
To the best of my ability.
Just keep it in the first part. Grab the side of the hand. Even though I feel disappointed.
Even though I feel disappointed.
At the thought of not being able to help you. Keep her in front of you.
At the thought of not being able to help you.
Okay, so real quickly, I don't want to go, again, into too much of the details, but just what I'm doing there is I'm taking the focus from the outside and really having her step into it. So instead of saying, feeling disappointed at the thought of her and not being able to help her, notice what I just said. I said, keep her in front of you. I feel disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you. All right, and this again takes them away. When you say her, it's kind of watching it from above, right? But once you put them in front of you and you have the client say, "You, I feel disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you," then they come back inside their body and they're looking out toward the situation instead of being above it. Okay. And there are times when you want them to kind of step out. If it's too intense, maybe you want to make them step out and watch a whole scene a little bit, then you come in. But obviously this isn't too intense, right? We cleared a lot of the really intense stuff in a couple sessions already. So this is now, we got momentum and we're just moving with it. So it's a safe place to do it. Time to do it.
I acknowledge this disappointed feeling.
I acknowledge this disappointed feeling.
Because I'm in a safe space to do it.
Because I'm in a safe space to do it.
Good. Now, beautiful. Now, this represents every time you've ever felt this way. Outer part of the eyebrow. Feeling disappointed. There you go.
Feeling disappointed.
At the thought of not being able to help you.
Okay, just from that little frame, there's all kinds of little things that I'm doing that, again, I'm not, this particular DVD is not about the details of the Perfect Affirmation System. So if you want to know the details, there's probably about 2 or 3 concepts in that little tiny frame that I'm using. That you may or may not have caught. But if you want to know all those details, you have to get the Perfect Affirmation System right. This is not a video on the details of the system. It's detail. I want to stay focused here, and actually I'm going to start staying focused. I want to stay focused on finding the little body cues, okay? So I'm going to let this probably run more than I already have been, and we'll go from there. Oh, and you'll also notice that for whatever reason, my video was freezing up. So I think it comes and goes. Okay, so again, no details. You want to get the details? get the system, or get some of the video. Actually, now I've got we've broken down the Perfect Affirmation System into videos, right? So if you just want to see how I work with the clients and the details of it, get the body sessions, get the Zorian sessions, get the Amy sessions, right? And then you can see, instead of buying the whole program, you can just buy the particular topic, binge eating, facing secondary gain, whatever it may be, right? And then you can watch it.
At the thought of not being able to help you.
Beautiful. She represents all those times that ever happened to you. Keep going. That's it. Nice.
Okay. I can't stop talking to you guys. Okay. Okay, but notice, but I'm sticking on cue here. Notice the body language so far, right? Just the nodding of the head. That you can see there's like a sense of acknowledgement, like, yes, this is actually how I'm feeling, right? And a lot of therapists will say, don't focus on what you're feeling, change it, move around. But then if you do that, then the body never feels respected and never can get this full cleansing out of your body. So notice, by just allowing her to acknowledge it, her body's going, yes, that's the way I feel. It's almost screaming out, I want to get this out. Please let it come out, right? So just notice that little subtlety so far. Just acknowledgement of the feeling, the thought, and sensation actually allows the body to open up and feel better.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Beautiful. This situation happens so you can cleanse whatever's been held inside of you. Keep going.
Okay. You're getting all my details. Okay, so notice what I'm doing, right? In between the tapping, right? I'm just having her stay focused and on cue inside of the body, because most clients, when they're focusing on a feeling, thought, sensation, they'll want to run away from it, right? So I'm not giving her a chance to run away from it. I'm actually pulling her back into the body. But what am I also doing? I'm giving something that my business partner, Randy Shaw, likes to say. We're giving the client WIFMs. What's in it for me? Right? So notice the statements I make in between each tapping session so that they can feel comfortable about facing the thought, feeling, and the sensation.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Perfect time and place. Let that come through.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help.
Just notice your body. Don't go anywhere else. Don't.
Okay, notice what I just said in that little moment there, right? I said something like, come back into the body. Don't go anywhere else. Just focus on that combination. If you watch very carefully, whether it's through her body language, whether it's through her tonality, whether it's through how, again, well, this is part of body language, but her eyes are sensing, are feeling, you can tell that if I would not have said something, if I probably wouldn't say anything there, she can spin off into thought, right? But something in the body language, just notice, I think I saw something in the eyes, or it's just kind of like a searching, right? When they do that, so I don't know if you can, I'm going to do the best I can to mimic it. But so clients are doing some tapping, and they're at ease, they're sitting in the feeling, the thought, sensation, they're just sitting back. And then all of a sudden something shifts. It's like it's a little slight movement, right? I don't know if you just caught that. Now they're starting to look for things instead of just sitting in it and allowing the body, the subconscious mind, conscious mind, all to purge it up and out. Okay, so that's why I've said at that moment, come back into the body. Don't go for anything else right now. If something needs, I don't think I said this, but I might add it. If something needs to come up, trust me, it will come up. You don't have to reach for it. Just sit in it.
Don't overthink. Notice your body under the bottom lip.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help.
Yes, whatever.
Okay, so notice what happened, right? So she for that brief moment, like mentioned earlier, she was getting ready to spin off into thought. Right, but I caught it because of the slight tension in the eyelids. You have to be really good at watching body language. This is what I'm talking about. Watch the subtleties. Actually, it was slight tension in the eyelids and also the voice, her tonality, right, that made me start becoming aware that she was going to start spinning into thought. I caught her. And notice what happened after I caught her. She's like, she took a breath. She's like, oh yeah, it's like consciously or subconsciously, she goes, yeah, I don't have to chase the thoughts. She took a breath and then she came back into the combination. Right? She's not running away from the combination. She's diving into the combination. But you want to have clients dive into the combination and allow them to contemplate without reacting or attaching to it.
Your body's feeling, let it, but just observe it. On the collarbone.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Perfect time and place to let it move through.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Don't overthink, just notice her.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Just be aware of what your body's doing, that's all.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
Particularly in the solar plexus. You're doing great.
Feeling disappointed at the thought of not being able to help you.
There you go. Nice. Good one. Good one. Good connection. Keep going. Keep going.
All right. Did you catch that? Right? Notice how I caught something changing in her body before she gave a very obvious facial expression that something was there. If you rewind this video, you'll notice. I said like, nice, right there. And then her face reacted. Right? It's because something in that energy, in her current energy of sitting in it, something shifted. And I think this time I caught the tonality of it. Right? So some of you guys might be wondering out there, like, how does Matt do it? I'm like, well, I don't see anything. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I've gotten really good at noticing when somebody is in a certain energy, like particularly a certain energy of calmness, right? Not even calmness, a certain energy of being in the moment with one particular thought, one particular feeling, one particular sensation. Right? If I can sense that, I can see it, I can feel it, right? I use all my senses. Come on, guys, you got to use your senses. This is why you got to be intuitive. This is why, when I get other people wanting to learn from me, they're very stoic. Right? I break them out of that. I go, come on, come back inside of your human self. But anyway, I ventured off for a second. Got to be aware. You got to be present with the client moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, so that you could almost feel the shift in the current feeling before she even feels it. And if you catch it again, rewind it. I caught it before she probably even caught it herself, right? And then you can see her facial reaction. So again, I'm good at noticing when the level changes, and it's not that I'm any better. It's just that I've made it a point to really stay present with the client and start noticing all these little subtle shifts. So you might start to understand why now I'm talking about how most therapies, a lot of therapies, if they say they're mind-body related, they just kind of talk about it more from a general sense. They're not really digging in, right? They're not catching the small nuances. In fact, they miss out on these small nuances, and then they try to manipulate the bigger feelings, right? Which will look good for a short time, but it's actually just pushing those bigger feelings down. And the client's going with it because the client's going, oh, thank God, I don't have to feel it anymore. You're telling me I just need to stay calm and peaceful? Oh, okay, perfect. I'm going to stay calm and peaceful instead. All right, so that manipulates the feeling, and all of a sudden it gets pushed down. It does not actually help cleanse it. Okay, I actually rewatched the video, and what I caught at the moment before I actually noticed it was a slight shaking of her head. Right? And then that's when I said, nice, right there, because she connected with that sensation, right? So watch it. Oh, by the way, really quickly, I want to talk about the tapping thing. This, to me, okay, yes, there's something called emotional freedom techniques where you tap on certain acupressure points. Yes, they're real acupressure points, but for my particular use of it, I'm simply using it as a ritual so that the client can move from the outside world to moving inside of themselves. It's just a ritual for me. Eventually, what I have clients do later, after they get past the ritual of focusing inward and using the tapping to move inward, I actually throw that out the window. I don't even use it that much anymore, right? Because once they're inward, they don't need any more of these rituals. They can just focus on a combination. And I think I have a video on one of that. Anyway, you'll see it. You'll look through the store and you'll catch the video that I do on that. It's called the 1 minute meditation, right? It's the same thing, but basically